I'm Chris Logan, president of Square Truth. Here at Square Truth, we exist to expand preventative health. I'm excited to share with you my third and last video of the Be the Change series. Today, I will continue my discussion on the pandemic of racism and share my thoughts on the third question, which is what steps can we take as a people to be the change in this pandemic? To understand the steps we need to take, we must first learn the hard history that led us to where we are today. Brian Allen, who was a Black American businessman and CEO of Entertainment Studios, stated, "Black people were brought to this country to create wealth, not to share it. For 250 years, Black people were enslaved until the Emancipation Proclamation gave freedom to Black people during the Civil War." Bryan Stevenson, founder of Equity Justice Initiative, stated, "Slavery didn't end after the emancipation, it evolved. Black Americans continue to face division through Jim Crow laws, disenfranchisement, high incarceration, and many other racial injustices. Progress was made during the Civil Rights Movement with the passing of the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act. However, the race to racial equality did not end there. According to research conducted by the U.S. Federal Reserve, white families on average have 8 times the net worth of a black family due to their resources passed down by generational wealth. In agreement with Bryan Stevenson, the opposite of poverty is not wealth. The opposite of poverty is justice. Many African Americans have poor resources from education, wealth, loan approvals, and many other things. Research from Bryan Stevenson stated that today, 1 out of every 3 black men between the age of 18 and 30 are in jail, prison, probation, parole. Many states have banned the right to vote once you're convicted with a felony. Bryan stated that in another 10 years, the percentage of disenfranchisement could be high as it was prior to the Voting Rights Act. Setbacks for black people have not been from nature, but from unequal circumstances prohibiting the same opportunities. So, what steps can we take as a people to be the change in the pandemic? 1, we need to acknowledge the history of racism so that we can overcome the past injustice and move the country forward. 2nd, we need to become the leaders of change, and as leaders not only have the responsibility to speak up when we see injustice, but we have the obligation to do something about it. And lastly, actively take action for change. Use your gifts to create capacity in others to be the change in the pandemic. In doing these things, I hope that one day future generations can say racism doesn't exist. Square Truth is bringing awareness through the Be the Change series collection at squaretruth.com. And we want to see you in our apparel, sharing your story on how you're going to move the country forward and be the change in the pandemic. So please like, share, tag a friend so we can inspire others. Have a great day, stay safe, and wear your mask.